Do you wish you had a stronger core? I'm Dr. Chantelle Green with MyoLab. Let's go through everything you need to know about the transverse abdominis. Now, the transverse abdominis is one of the deepest muscles of our core, and so with that, it's involved in stabilizing the low back. That being said, it's also a very thin muscle, so it's not one that you're necessarily going to feel when you're doing something like a sit-up or anything like that. However, there are some exercises that you can do to actually activate the transverse abdominis and increase that stabilization. For this exercise, what you're going to want to do is find the front of your hip bones. There should be a little bump in the front. That's what you're looking for. You'll move your fingers a little bit in from that and push down ever so slightly gently into your abdomen. From here, you should be able to actually engage and activate and feel the muscle bulk a little bit against your fingers. It's not going to feel like a sit-up or a full contraction or anything like that. We're just looking for a little tensioning in that muscle. If you're having trouble kind of finding that muscle with your brain, there are a few cues that you can go through. So for women, you can do something kind of like a Kegel. If you imagine that sort of stopping of urine sensation, that little lightly pulling up with your pelvic floor, that will tension the transverse abdominis. If you're a man, one of the reflexes that mimics the transverse abdominis is what happens when your scrotum hits cold water. It's that same lifting mechanic. So that's what you want to think about while you're palpating for that tensioning. When you can feel it and you can say, yeah, I can see that muscle engaging, I can feel it against my fingertips, to turn it into an exercise, you're just going to hold that for a few seconds and then slowly release that tension. And again, tension that muscle nice and slowly and release. You want to do this until you create some muscular fatigue or you're having trouble actually activating it. You'll know you'll hit fatigue when other muscles are recruiting, when you start to feel your abs and all of that core strength engaging to try to create that tensioning. We're looking for just that really subtle bulking to activate transverse abdominis, which is a great cue to help stabilize your low back when you're doing heavy lifting. Thanks for watching.